Suda51's No More Heroes found its birthplace and home on the Nintendo Wii. A violent game about killing assassins? Well, that somehow managed to fit along the family-friendly titles that flooded the world-conquering system. And now Travis is back on the Nintendo platform once again, but this time in a shook-up spin-off in the form of a co-op top-down hack-and-slash game with a twist. Travis Touchdown finds himself being attacked in his retirement trailer by Badman, who is the father of Badgirl, an assassin that Travis had killed many years ago. Amongst the fighting, they somehow managed to get sucked into a games console called the Death Drive Mark II, and now Travis and Badman must fight their way through multiple games in order to bring Badgirl back to life. Suda51's signature flair is definitely there, except it's few, far and in between. The story is rather straightforward, introducing characters to seek out the Death Balls, the Death Drive Mark II's games. The story beats are played out in a retro-style, text-heavy 8-bit cutscenes that are long, drawn out and unpleasing to look at. As for the plot itself, it has occasional enjoyable moments, mainly when it's breaking the fourth wall and taking a cheeky stab at its own budget and development. But the drawn out nature of the cutscenes itself had me praying to go back to the hack and slash action. Two players, each playing with a single Joy-Con, is where Travis Strikes Again is at its most enjoyable. One player can play as Travis with the other as Badman, throughout the entirety of the game's main campaign. The controls are relatively simple, with jump, dodge, fast and strong attacks all being tied to the face buttons, while special moves are assigned to L and R. Your main weapon can run out of charge, radically reducing your attack damage, and charging it back to full power is done using the motion controls, in a welcome throwback to the Wii game that launched the series. The recharge time creates a window in which you're open to enemy attacks, adding a small amount of strategy, as well as a little bit of fear in the most chaotic of moments. The majority of the gameplay is comprised of simple hack and slash combat. This, coupled with the long repetitive design of the levels, only serves to make the game feel a little bit tiresome at times, especially when it's the same old enemies that show their same old faces again and again, albeit with a bit of the occasional palette swap thrown in there. Each of the Death Drive's games had a slightly different mechanic or gameplay element, but while these are a nice idea, in practice most of these mechanics do not offer much in variation. They also offer little form of evolution throughout each of the worlds that these games create. Collectibles t-shirts featuring very real indie games such as Dead Cells and SteamWorld Dig can be bought with in-game currency. I really enjoy collecting them all, especially as some of these games are personal favourites of mine. I found myself constantly dressing Travis up in different t-shirts before each stage. Unfortunately, you never really get to see them during levels, as the majority of the time the camera is so zoomed out and far away that you'll never really get to see them. Skill chips can also be thrown throughout the levels, which let you customise your character with combinations of your favourite moves. You can also arrange and save them into loadouts. I had fun trying to figure out my favourite combinations. Light RPG elements are lightly sprinkled into the mix in the form of a levelling up system. This, coupled with the option to change the difficulty on the fly, gives you plenty of options if you're a little stuck. Is the boss fight giving you too much trouble? No problem, just drop the difficulty down for the fight and change it back when you're ready to start the next level. Travis Strikes Again has some interesting concepts and ideas that are lost in uninspired design, overstretched levels and puzzling execution of its story. It's at its best when it's not taking itself too seriously, which is the biggest strength of the main title character, who repeatedly pokes fun at the game's own expense. The simple controls and co-op play, coupled with the light customization features, makes it so much more enjoyable when played with a friend, but playing through solo just felt too much like a tiresome grind to me. And there you have it, that's our Travis Strikes Again review. And if you'd like to hear more reviews and more Let's Plays of other lovely Nintendo Switch games, then keep it subscribed right here on Nintendo Dads. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.